Welcome back to the I Can't Do This podcast. I am your host, Aaron Davis, and it's been a while. I haven't done an episode in a very long time. I thought I was going to do it throughout the baseball season, but I got busy with school and the season. Didn't have time to upload any videos. But baseball's over, and I'm back. Life update. Baseball's over. I'm done. That was my last baseball season of my career, and I don't know how I feel about it yet. Played for 6 years with the COVID year and a redshirt year. I'm 23. Graduated with my undergrad. Now I'm getting a master's degree. Don't even know what I'm doing at the moment right now. Looking for a job, and yeah, I don't know what to do. I played baseball my whole life. Now I'm just gonna try to work. Never thought this day would ever come. You know, every year is always next year. Is always next year, and now there's no more next year. And now I got to figure out what I'm gonna do. But the season ended. We went as far as I think we could have gone. We ended the season pretty poorly though. We got swept by William Carey. We got we did we win the last series? We won. No, we won the series. We ended the season with the lost series, and then we got swept in our last series. So we didn't even know if we were gonna make the regional after that. We were on the fence, and then we go to the conference tournament, and we go one game. It was pool play for some reason. Our conference tournament, it was played like summer league pool play. So there was 3 pool play games and then championship games on the next day. We ended up going 1-2 in the pool play games. Didn't make the championship. We lost to the number 1 team in our conference, and then we lost to the number 8 team in our conference. We were number 4. So we were going 1-2 in the conference tournament. We didn't know if we were going to make the regional at all. And I was like, this is my last year. We have to make the regional. And we go to the live stream showed, it was like a draft kind of with showing who made it to which regional, and we were just hoping to make it because we already knew our number 1 team in our conference was going. The number 8 team ended up going to the championship in the conference tournament, so they were automatically in too. And then the number 2 team was already hosting regionals before the conference tournament started. So that was 3 teams that were already in the regional, and we didn't know if we were going to make it because they don't really take 4 teams to a regional tournament, usually out of a 1 conference, right? So we were watching the live stream of the show selection, and we were the very last team of the entire live stream to be picked to go to a regional tournament. And that was in Kentucky. We ended up going to Cumberland, Kentucky. I've never been to Kentucky, never even heard of Cumberland, but Kentucky's actually a very beautiful place. There's a lot of mountains that are there. I had no idea. I didn't even know where Kentucky was before I even went to Kentucky. So it was a 10-hour drive to Kentucky, and we get there, we practice on the field, and we're playing Cumberland, who is the number 1 seed in the tournament, but they were number 3 in the whole country. So that was the team to beat in this tournament. Everyone wanted to beat that team. We were the number 3 seed going into this tournament, and so we were playing the number 2 seed. Ended up beating them. We beat them good with our pitcher Steven Still. Steven Still threw 142 pitches, 9 straight innings, and we ended up beating them, only giving up 2 runs. We ended up beating them, I think it was 6-2. And it was crazy. It was a crazy effort by Steven on his last year too. That was his last year in college baseball. I think he's gonna try to go play pro somewhere, but ending your career off beating all these records. He broke the strikeout record. He broke the win record. He broke basically all the records you can break as a pitcher. And then you end off your college career with 142 pitches, on beating the number 2 team in the regional tournament, and we only used one pitcher in this game. Like, he put us in the best situation to be in. Like, there's nothing we could ask more of that guy. So we ended up winning the first game, and then the next game we play Cumberland's. Now, Cumberland's, which I didn't know anything about Cumberland's coming to their place, but they had 30 home runs on the year before they played us, and we probably gave up about 10 in one game that we played against them. Every single guy on their team was swinging. There would be one guy, if there was an open base with a certain situation, whatever, we put the guy on base so we could get a force out somewhere. But it doesn't really matter because the next guy behind that guy still had 20 bombs on the year. Everyone had like 20 bombs on the year, and it was crazy. We were on our toes for every single pitch because we didn't know who was going to hit what. And on the other side, they were throwing an All-American guy, throwing 90, 94, 95 miles per hour with an 88 changeup. Okay, 86, 88 changeup. We were trying to face that guy, and also not give up runs, and also put up runs, and we were just in the worst possible position for that because to be honest, we just weren't good enough to beat Cumberland's. We did end up scoring 7 runs, 4 runs off their starter, off the All-American, which is good enough to win, but our pitching on our side can't match theirs. We don't have 94, 95 on our side of the bullpen or the starters. None of our starters throw 94, 95. And because of that, it's hard to not give up that many runs when you're going against the number 3 team in the nation. So we put up enough runs, but we couldn't get the job done. Everyone did their job, everyone did the best that we could have done. We just fell short. We just weren't as good as Cumberland's. That's just what it was. And we ended up losing in the regional tournament. And that was the last regional tournament that I ever will play in ever again in my career. My career is over. It's over. But we had amazing things this year. I got a Gold Glove this year for center field. Which was, I've been trying to get a Gold Glove every single year, and it's hard to get a Gold Glove as an outfielder just because if you make one error, then you're not really getting a Gold Glove because there's going to be somebody else in the conference that doesn't have an error, and they go based off of errors and how good you are in the outfield. So every year I always make at least one error, and this year I was determined to not make an error, and I did not make an error. I was so focused on getting this Gold Glove this year, and I ended up getting it. And I think I deserved a Gold Glove every year that I started in the outfield, but that's just me, okay? But I think last year the guy that got the Gold Glove played for Mobile, ended up getting drafted, so I guess he could have it, whatever. But I got one this year on my last year, and I am happy to have it this year too, cause something to walk away with. But overall, the year wasn't bad. I just couldn't figure out how to hit. That was my main thing, was swinging. My entire life, I've struggled with swinging the baseball bat for some reason. It was very hard for me to get my average up. And no matter how good I started the year or how big I would be doing middle of the year, I always ended up in a slump and not finishing the year off well. I know this year specifically, I was 0 for 13 for my first 13 at bats, and I thought I was screwed because I was like, I feel like I'm swinging so well. I'm in the batting cages every day. I'm in BP, and in BP everything's a line drive everywhere on the field, right? And then in the game, it's just strikeout, 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 strikeout. And I had no idea how to fix that. And then I ended up getting my first hit of the season, and I ended up starting to swing it a little bit. I think I started hitting, I don't know, it wasn't great, but it was like probably like 310, and I was hitting 310 for consistently for a little bit, for a couple weeks. And I just went into a complete slump on not even putting the ball in play, like a lot of strikeouts, a lot of foul ball pop-ups, and I just did not figure it out this year at all for the rest of the season. And that was a big struggle for me because I felt like I was letting my team down in that aspect. It get to me in the order of the lineup, and it would just be an automatic out. It would be an automatic out every time, basically, unless I put I put a bunt down and bunt a guy over, or try to get a sac fly, but I wasn't getting on base basically at all. And basically, when I get in the lineup, when it got to me in the lineup, it was basically an automatic out, and it didn't feel good, but I didn't know what to do. Like I asked coaches for help. I swing good, and I swing good in practice. I swing good. I get hits off of people in live ABs in practice, and I have no idea what the difference is from live ABs in practice and then ABs in the game. And I would switch things around, try to just foul the balls off. And then when I did feel like I was fouling balls off, or when I did have a good swing, when I have the perfect swing and I was like, I'm on this baseball, it would be a foul ball. And it'll be a foul ball straight back, or a foul ball, like a line drive foul ball somewhere, but it was never in play. And the balls that I did put in play, I usually got on base. So, but I struggled a lot. I think this year is my most struggled year hitting wise. But I stayed in the lineup just because my defense was so good, and that's what I was here for. I was fast, and I helped the pitchers out with balls in a gap. Took away a lot of doubles this year. Made a lot of plays. Not as many as I did in the past years, but I think I helped out the team defensively. I was a defensive specialty on my team, and that's what I was known for, and that's what I will always be known for. At that school, I got a lot of praise for my outfield abilities, and people love to watch me play, and that's what I got to do, and I really enjoyed it. And that's another reason why I'm not really upset with my career, because I know. So before this year, last year was probably my best year I've had in baseball, and I ended up graduating, and I had another year of eligibility to play, but I wasn't getting it I finished my undergrad. So I was trying to decide if I wanted to come back and get a master's degree and finish out my last year, because we didn't even make it to the regional tournament last year. And I decided to. I thought I could come back and have an even better year and help my team make it to the World Series for the first time ever in the career of Loyola baseball. But it just didn't work out. I came back and had a very good year defensively, but a very, very below average year offensively, when I had my best offensively year last year, which is very disappointing. But personally, I don't feel bad, though. I don't regret anything, because I had a great time this year, and I knew I did everything that I could to try to be better offensively. I knew I practiced everything that I could practice. I knew that I did every single step to put myself in the best position for the baseball games, and it just didn't work out, and that's all right. That's what it is. It just doesn't work out sometimes, and nothing you can do except just move on. Just accept what happened, and you just move on, because there's just no regrets. I have no regrets about my baseball career. I have no regrets about what could have been, or what should have been, or what people told me it could have been. But that part of my life is over, and I have no idea what I'm doing. Well, I'm finishing my master's degree. I'm finishing that online by December in marketing communications, and then I finish And when I finish that, I'm looking for a job right now. So if anybody knows anyone in marketing and communications that wants to give a brother a job, then let me know. But other than that, that's all, that's it. Uh, we're moving on with life. And that's why I started the podcast back up, because I can still talk about my baseball experiences that I did have while I was in college baseball, in high school baseball. I had a very bad year, had a very good year. I've been high, I've been in slumps. I've had every single experience that I think a guy can have, and their college career of baseball and growing up in baseball. So maybe I can help people out with what's going on, really, and how to deal with certain aspects of your game and where your mindset should be, because your mindset is basically how well you're going to play. If you have a terrible mindset, there's no way you play good. And I have a lot of experiences off the campus too. I have a lot of stories I could tell, entertain some people out there with just, my experience in college as a whole in the city of New Orleans, because a lot of stuff goes down there that I wasn't expecting when I went there. I never been to New Orleans before I went down there, and a lot has happened in New Orleans since I've been in there. A lot of stuff that helped me grow up. A lot of fun. Some bad, some good. Made a lot of friends. But yeah, next week is gonna be. I'm gonna try to do these weekly again as I did before. Hopefully, I can keep to that schedule, and people, and whatever happens, happens. But if you enjoyed this episode of the I Can't Do This podcast, then like, subscribe, and share. And I will see you in the next episode. Peace.